Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a Sunday series between Maru and Harstem. It's a best of 5 starting here on Lightshade, the latter edition. And guess what? It's going to be a proxy here from Maru. Bottom right hand corner we have the blue Terran player Maru. He is a world champion several times over. A GSL champion several times over. Not entirely sure he's actually won BlizzCon. Top left hand corner, we have the red Protoss player Harstem from the Netherlands. He is Dutch, and he has his own YouTube channel, which is very popular and very funny. I subscribe to it, and I recommend you subscribe to him as well. Alright, so while this proxy is coming up, I'm just going to check Maru's Wikipedia page. La, la, la. Wow, if you actually search Maru, it's Stardew Valley is the first thing that comes up. Is there a Maru in Stardew Valley? Does he play StarCraft? Probably not. Look at Harstem checking for proxies, man. He's like, I know this guy. I know what he's capable of doing. Okay, so let's go all the way down to the Wikipedia page. He's a very, very long, accomplished Wikipedia page because it's Maru and he's awesome. Premier Tournament wins. GSL wins. Yes. King of Battles wins. Yes. Super Tournament wins. Yes. Code S. GSL wins. Yes. I won WESG 2017. It's something like a world championship. Okay. He's never actually won BlizzCon. Oh my gosh. Is Harstem's going proxies too. Blind, by the way. So this Reaper's name is the Zerglings. It's 2 Zerglings standing on each other's shoulders inside a Reaper suit, wielding guns against an enemy brood and making everything pretty confusing for our dear Haster Falcon Paladin. Yes, the Zerglings that are the Reaper. It's got a proxy Stargate coming up over here. Is that a Void Ray, do you think, or an Oracle? Dude, there's nothing to the Adept's almost done. Save us, Adept. Save us from this evil Reaper and will. The Reaper does not want to fight the Adept at all. Bonus damage versus light is the Adept's claim to fame, and guess what? Reapers are light. So the Reaper gets out of there. Does he know? He's got to notice there's a pylon missing, right? Maru noticed that. It's like, all right, so there's proxy pylons somewheres. There's probe hiding up here too. He's looking for it. This Reaper's looking around. This Marine's looking around. Not finding it. Is a Void Ray. Oh my gosh, a Void Ray is gonna be here. I had this series recommended to be my multiple people, and honestly, I'm like, okay, Harstem and Maru, huh? That's doesn't seem like exactly what would be a great series, but you know what? If we start with a proxy Reaper and get proxy Void Raid, then sure. Guess who has a Cyclone though? Guess what's good against Void Rays is Cyclones. Very smart here for Maru, and getting Magfield Accelerator and not expanding because he recognizes the threat that is happening here. Is he gonna try to has him? Is he gonna try to throw up shield batteries? Oh my gosh, he's gonna get a cancel. No. Lock-on ability is too strong. No, he gets an SCV. That's pretty good, but another lock-on shows up and he has to flee from that. Remember how they made Void Rays fast? Oh, and it's a lift. It's a Phoenix lift. And the Cyclone dies! That's everything Maru has right now is that Cyclone! Oh no! Can he save it? When's Prismatic Alignment up? It's almost up. Barracks coming over here for Maru all the way back home. Oh, no. Trying to kill SCVs, but this upgrade's going to finish, man. Okay, there's the Prismatic Alignment. There's the repair. Ah! This upgrade's gonna finish, but not for lack of trying here from Harstem, man. Dude, shield battery is so good. So good. Maru, just like a boss, holding on here in a way that, like, I'm not sure any other Terran on Earth could right now. That's how good of this game Maru is. And the Magfield Accelerator is going to finish, making the Cyclones about 40% better. It front loads their damage, so it hits. This lock-on does way more damage, way faster. Oh my gosh, he's going to burn down the shield battery. Okay, sweet. So Maru's fine. He doesn't have an expansion, and Harstem kind of does. But resources lost here, 500 to 300. It's nothing major. at all. The Phoenix gonna try to maybe wander in, but there are now Vikings supporting the Cyclones because sure, why not? Is this Reaper gonna get a second kill maybe? Dude, the shield battery just... The shield battery is too much. Shield battery is too much here for the Zerglings. Oh, he's dead though. Goodbye. Alright. So we're going to settle down a little bit, guys. We're going to settle down and become a regular TVP from this point on, or is this just going to be Crazy Pants for the rest of the series? I would not say no to this being Crazy Pants for the rest of the series, personally. Another Stargate? Harstem, what are you doing? Is he going Masked Phoenix? I kind of sort of like Masked Phoenix here. You burn down the Vikings, you list everything else and kill them. Harstem, you're a crazy person. I like it. It's got good analysis videos. Those are really fun. He has people send him in replays and ask him to say whether or not the strategy they played against in this replay was IMBA or if they suck. The answer is always they suck, yes. Traditionally. Pretty good. There's a lot of work into that channel. So finally Maru lands his natural, but I mean, Harstem's been on 2 bases for some time. He is up 35 to 29 workers at the moment. Yes, mules are good. Income is favoring Harstem though at the moment. Again, the spikes are what the mules are all about, is the spikes in income difference. Robotics facility coming in from Harstem, probably for Immortals would be my guess. Look at this, there we go, getting a Viking. This looks real bad, though. Suddenly, Maru's got a nice little Siege Tank, Marine, Cyclone, Viking play. Like, all of this is good against Phoenix, except for the tank. Phoenix getting a couple SEV kills here inside the main base, but did not lose a Phoenix for that. That should have been a dead Phoenix. Maru's very annoyed by that one, I'm sure. And a Robotics Bay on the way. Disruptor's not bad in the situation. I wouldn't go Colossus considering the Viking count that already exists, and obviously the ability of Maru to pump up more Vikings pretty easily. So 7 minutes into this thing, it's been an adventure, that's for sure. Again, Maru is just one of those players that will make compositions that no one else will make. It's like stats, right? I watched some GSL recently, and Tastosis was talking about stats. Now, he does strategies no other pro will do, but execute them so well that he wins with them. They called him the most accomplished multiple world champion diamond player. Because he just does dumb things you only see in diamond. He just makes them work at the highest levels possible. It almost feels like a backhanded compliment, but I don't know. It's like he doesn't even need to do the elite strategies in the current meta. He just does stuff that shouldn't work, that lower level players do, and just turns them into things that are world beaters. Fun stuff to be sure. Alright, where are we? Army supply, 51 to 45. Harstem's got a nice lead on worker count, though. And yeah, these little dips are not that big for Maru. Phoenix trying to dart in here, but Missile Turret Marine is a pretty big deterrent. This is a lot of Phoenix, though. He's producing more. He's got 10. His Void Ray is still present. Got 4 kills to his name. Very pleased about that. Third base warping in from Harstem. Phoenix, delaying construction on that third CC a little bit. Killing some more SCV. This is like a... This is a PvZ strategy, man. When's the last time you saw somebody go this many Phoenix against a Terran player? I can't remember. I cannot remember the last time. He's just darting into bases and picking off workers like they're drones. Colossus out. Going for extended thermal lance. Getting +1 air. Like, that's how committed he is to these Phoenix at the moment. Yeah, third base done here. Harstem is keeping pace with Maru pretty effectively, man. Sure, Maru's going to land his third base now. Phoenix getting 4 more SCV kills. It's 17 SCVs that have been killed in this game. The harassment has been through the absolute roof right now. 1,600 resources lost for Maru. 950 for Harstem. That is how well Harstem is playing right now. The Dutch Protoss representing his country very, very well in this match. More Vikings in production. This is looking extremely scary, though. Remember when I was like, most of the things that Maru has here are good against Phoenix? I think all of it is. Okay, there's 3 tanks in the mix. They're not good. They're better against the Colossus and things like that, that's for sure. Alright. Vikings overextending a little bit there, but the Marines rushing forward to get rid of this air stuff. The Void Ray gets taken down and focused by them Void Rays. Maru pulling back a little bit, doesn't like what he sees necessarily. Throwing up turrets at the front, having some good anti-air against these Phoenix would be big. And Harstem's suddenly in a bit of a tough position here. It's 84 to 61 total army. Maru's just winning on that count right now. Harstem has the better economy, but you know what? If you die to a bush, it doesn't matter if you have the better economy. A couple probes getting picked off here and there, actually focusing down the probes with the Cyclones. The siege tanks are what are keeping the Colossus at bay right now. I guess the Vikings too. I mean, this is a pretty good anti-Colossus setup at the moment here from Maru, and the third base is really taking serious hits, but now going for it is Harstem, jumping on top of everything, lifting the tanks so the Colossus are more effective, but the missile turret's getting hits against them too, and GG Maru takes game numero uno here on Lightshade. Yeah, that was too much. Too much. The missile turret's just crushing his Colossus. Really didn't give him much to work with there, unfortunately. He had 1 Phoenix at the end of the game, which is just brutal. So, all right. A little bit of some cute stuff there from Harstem. Again, the income advantage was big. It's real nice for him there, but if the armory shows up and you're not ready for it and don't quite have enough splash damage, I would say Storm would have been great. I almost would have preferred Storm over the Colossus. But he had some splash damage, it just wasn't enough. And everything there, the missile turrets, the Cyclones, the tanks, the Vikings were anti-Colossus. And all the Phoenix died because, again, it was a lot of anti-Phoenix too. So that's game 1. Let's keep this thing going on your Sunday series. We'll be right back. Game 2 is here on Pillars of Gold. Bottom left, Harstem. Top right, Maru. Quick plug for the Falcon Paladin Hour. It's a weekly podcast with myself and Samacron. We talk about GSL. We talk about anime. We talk about movies and books and TV shows and all sorts of nerdy stuff. Just search Falcon Paladin on your podcast app. And we broadcast it live at twitch.tv/Samacron every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to watch us live and ask us questions and stuff, you can do that. All right. Hold on a second. Why did I swap that? I don't know. My brain did something when I was doing the intro, and I was like, oh, they're backwards. They're not. Maru's on the top. Harstem's on the bottom. That's all we're doing here. Gateway Expandaroonie here for Harstem. Racks inside the house for Maru. No crazy stuff here in game number 2. That first game was good, but again, I just think Maru just adapted to what Harstem was doing. It was a little bit weird, right? It was a little weird what Harstem was going for. But Maru adapted quite perfectly. Thank you very much. Crushed the defense of Harstem, and Maru won game 1. Fairly handily, I would say. I mean, Harstem going for some crazy stuff, but probe comes in, sees there's absolutely nothing amiss here at all. Cannot delay construction on the barracks. I don't think all that much at all there. And actually not making a Reaper here, Marine. Part of the play. So, Gateway Cybercore expand. Not quite sure what the timing of the expansion is going to be for Maru, and it is right after Rax here. So, being a little bit safe when he didn't need to be Harstem, that's not good. That's not a good place for you to live, laddie. And look at this reactor. This is something Beyond's been doing recently. It's just skipping Reaper, going right into Reactor, either after 1 Marine or after no Marines. It does help you get that Marine count up pretty fast. And, you know, Marines in the early game, not bad. Against a Protoss opponent who might have a lot of Stalkers or Adepts, Marines are pretty good against both of those units. Again, Mass Marine is just hard for Protoss to deal with in general if you don't have any splash damage. If you have a Colossus, you're going to do a lot better. Or a Disruptor or Storm's going to be a godsend. But if you're trying to deal with Mass Marine with things like Immortals, no. Stalkers, no. Zealots, maybe. Charge Lots can handle Marine fairly well. Marines take forever to kill charge lots, and charge lots hit them pretty hard and can close the distance with their charge ability. That might be your best bet as a Protoss. Anyway, Stargate coming up from Harstem. Got his double gas. Everything is in order. Here inside of the main base. Factory coming up from Maru. Second gas here from Maru 2. And everything just going swimmingly for both of these players. If you have a series you want me to cast, or a particular game you want me to recast from something like Asus Rogue or Katowice, stuff like that, let me know in the comments here, and I'll put it on my list of stuff I want to cast, because sometimes I'm not sure. Some days I open up my replay folder and I'm like, what do I want to cast? And I don't have an answer. So recommendations are always allowed and requested. Except for GSL. GSL does not release their replays, has never released their replays. So even though, God, there was fantastic. Is it Rogue versus Maru? No. Dark versus TY. Oh, Dark versus TY was an amazing best of 5. You should go watch that. It's on YouTube under Africa Esports YouTube channel for GSL Super Tournament number 2. It's a fantastic series. Dark versus TY, man. If you like ZVT, which maybe you don't because you're watching a PVT, but definitely worth watching. Tastosis. Always fun to watch regardless. Gateway. This is a very less exciting game compared to game 1, yes? Yes, I think it is. So what am I drop moving out? Are we surprised by this? No. Actually, fake out. Ah, making you think it was a Widowmine drop. Hey, chase the medevac. Oh, it's bait. It's bait. Nope. Harstem is not baited. He recognizes that they're just sitting right there. It was a cute move by Maru. It really was, but Harstem saw right through it. Tank. Trying to lift and kill that tank, not worth it. Too many Marines on the field here. Too many Widowmines. And again, your Vikings, because the Phoenix count is getting a little bit concerning from Harstem. For weird reasons. It's like, you're not going to come defend, like, your mules or anything? No, says Maru. I'm just going to walk across the map with my Widowmines and my Marines and a couple SCVs, and I'm going to kill you. So have fun with that, Phoenix. Use your energy on SCV kills, so you can actually lift stuff as part of your base defense. So not a Widowmine drop after all. Just Widowmine attack. Which is very strange, but by golly, Maru has some plans here today. Alright, so shield battery helping. Ow. Okay, Widowmine gets a hit. I think took down an adept there. Army supply. 38 to 23 for Maru. I mean, this is just... Woo! This is Maru having a good time. Phoenix trying to lift and kill stuff. They just don't have a ton of energy. Look, she's going to run out of energy here. Very low. Very low on energy. This is happening. Shield battery overcharge is going down. Siege tank with 0 kills, getting focused by that immortal a bit. Oh no! The medevac has to get out of here. That does end up going down. There is no lifting of Void Ray in defense of the home and country here for Harstem. Bunker on the low ground is fantastic. It's going to get burned down here, though. Prismatic alignment finishing. No safe place for you. It's all Marine Tank Viking now for Maru. It's a very TBT composition out of him. Third command center on the way for Maru. Doesn't really want to invest everything into this attack, so he's going to head on and go home. So good attempt. Really well defended. Shield battery overcharge, a godsend to Protoss for sure. Keeping them alive in situations like that where they otherwise would die. Robotics Bay here from Harstem. And it does seem like Blizzard's balanced team over the last 5 years, right? I've been casting StarCraft 2 for 5 years. They've just really worked on making macro games viable in the meta, right? Rushes aren't super effective a lot of the time. It seems like players are usually more interested in going for attacks where they're getting a third base behind it. Or defending a lot, right? That's a viable strategy in StarCraft 2. So you have these longer matches, which a lot of people are interested in. I think a lot of people are into the macro style games, which is why I like to cast the longer style games in full series and stuff. rather than just posting, you know, a 7-minute match on the channel, because less people are interested in that, I think. Anyway, I think that's what they went for, and they're done. They said they're done with scheduled balance updates for StarCraft 2. It doesn't mean that they're never going to have another balance update again. They will, they said, as necessary. But I've said this before, Brood War hasn't had a balance update since 2002, and the game's healthy. Like, there are times strategies appear that seem overpowered, the meta shifts, and then the players figure it out, and the meta shifts again. It's just been an incredible thing to watch over the last 20 years, 22 years. It's how the game changes without anybody changing balance on anything, even when there's requests for it, right? Like, scouts just have no place in StarCraft Brood War, and making them better would be nice. It'd be nice to have the scout a viable unit, but nope, it never is. It never will. Unless somebody figures out a meta way to use them, which I don't... I feel like people have tried. I feel like people have put a lot of time in trying to make scouts viable as part of some kind of a strategy in any of the matchups, but it just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Anyway, enough Brood War talk. Coming on in, Marine Tank Viking play. Harstem trying to use these Phoenix to pick up stragglers, right? Kill a couple of Vikings. Why not? Free stuff there. You want to lift and kill it? Is it worth it? It is. It's only one volley. It's all good. 1-1 finishing up here for Maru for his infantry. Like, hey, Phoenix, come on over here. We'll shoot you out of the sky. Look at him just getting free Marines here, though. Really forcing Maru to halt his attack. Maru wanted to go kill stuff, man. He has to babysit against these Phoenix. He's not happy about that at all. Fleet beacon on the way from Harstem. Cannot possibly be going carriers against Maru. Carriers against Terran is not good. I don't know if he can get there either. This attack is pretty intimidating. Income favoring Harstem. Resources lost. Actually, a lot more for Maru in this game. 3,400 and 1,900. Colossus. Wow. Flanking on in here with slow Zealots and Colossus. Lifting up the... all four of the tanks get lifted. The Marines are not good against these Colossus. Oh, no. Maru's attack gets crushed. Wait, hold on. The tanks are landing again. Missile turret's actually finished. What? And the Vikings... I spoke too soon. I caster cursed that. Maru was this close to dying. Okay, not dying. That attack was toast. But suddenly it's 41 to 33 total supply on the army. So not total supply, army supply. And Maru's at the front door. He wants to get the cybernetics core. Harstem finds himself in an extraordinarily tenuous position. Nice snipe on that Viking, though. Yeah, he lifted the tanks, but wasn't able to get enough damage done to actually win the engagement, so the tanks would be easy to deal with. Seriously, though, Harstem's Phoenix play has been something to behold. It's been really good. Look at this. Medivacs getting sniped down. Vikings dying. There are just so many Phoenix. The Vikings all get obliterated. Lifting siege tanks to kill them. Are siege tanks light? No! Does it matter? No. We're gonna kill them anyway, says Harstem. Oh, hold on. That one survived with 1 HP. Gotta withdraw. Not enough energy. Not enough energy to survive here. A Colossus on the low ground. Beaming a missile turret. Not something you see every day. This has been a weird match. He is making carriers. Harstem? Friend? I feel like we're friends. What are you doing making carriers, dude? I guess he's doing a pretty good job whittling down the Viking count, considering there are 2 for Maru right now, and he's lost 12 of them. And maybe he is reluctant to make more Vikings, except as he scanned this. He scanned the fleet beacon. Actually, no. That's incredible. He hasn't scanned the main one time. He doesn't know it's carriers. Dude, a scan of the main base would be so good. He's making ghosts, which surprisingly bad against carriers. Widowmine's good against carriers. You Widowmine a huge group of interceptors, and they will all die, and that will be fairly well for that carrier. Fourth base coming in from Harstem here at 12 minutes. That Viking that was severely injured previously gets picked up and killed, I think. Oh no, they got repaired. Never mind. We're good. 2 SCVs killed, enhanced shockwaves on the way. More Vikings. You know, just because of the Colossus. More Vikings is good. Also, against the carriers, more Vikings is good. Is that bait? I feel like that was bait. Oh! Maru falls for the Harstem trap. And who's got a single carrier here? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what a single carrier... Okay, what 2 carriers are supposed to do against Maru at the moment. Enhanced Shockwave. The EMPs are getting tossed down on the Phoenix, which I think Harstem's probably okay with that. The Phoenix are squishy anyway. Like, removing a bunch of their shields is not as big of a deal as it would be for something like a carrier or a Colossus, or maybe even these Zealots. Like, everything else here is a little bit tougher than Phoenix are. Alright, Harstem decides he's going for it again. Slow Zealots, though. Why? Why is it slow Zealots? Did he forget charge? Whatever. It's cool. Carriers doing some stuff. Pulling back a little bit. Army supply is 110 to 79 for Harstem. Maru's 4th base needs to get out of here. And I think it's going to burn down. Alright, so that's a dead base. Harstem on 4 bases, Maru on 3. Numerically, I think you know what this means for the Dutch Protoss player. He's doing all right. Ooh, big EMP. All over them Zealots, man. Just right all over them. Carriers wandering in, picking off individual siege tanks, focusing down ghosts. Kind of like it. Like, the range of carriers is kind of helping him pick off individual problematic units. And that's a lot of Marauders on the ground. Could be dealing with 3 carriers getting pumped at the same time. Dude, is Harstem going to make carriers work against Maru? What is this world we're living in today? What is 2020? Is it a simulation? Disruptor hits on the Marauders, doing some work. If the Zealots had charge, I'd feel so much better about this. Carriers doing all right here. Disruptors trying to wait for a recharge to hit again. The Vikings are all gone. These Phoenix have put in so much freaking work today. It's a 2-kill Phoenix, an 8-kill Phoenix. The Disruptor's getting focused down by Marauders, but then all of the Marauders are dying. Look at the Marines, how they're fighting against carriers. Remember? Marine is just like pound for pound the gosh darn best anti-air in the game. I think Marines are pretty much the sole reason you don't see carriers in PvT very much. The bad news for Maru is that Harstem's getting a 5th base up, and Maru still doesn't have a 4th. If you're trying to keep on even base count, no, this is the income tab at the moment. It's bad. Resources lost, 21,000 to 16,000. Maru continues to lose more and more compared to Harstem's army. And guess you know what's gotten me this far is carriers. Yeah, does my opponent have a lot of Marines? Yes. Do the Marines have 2-2? Mm-hmm. Are they very scary? Yes. But it is 90 to 52 army supply. This might be a situation where Harstem's just so far ahead he can kind of make anything and win. I mean, not anything, right? That's always bothered me. It's like, well, if you out-macro your opponent, you can always beat them. That is not true. Like, if you just make, I don't know, what would be bad here? Mass Phoenix against this would actually be pretty bad because there's turrets. There's a ton of Marines. You can't effectively lift and kill a bunch of Marines with Phoenix, especially when the Phoenix die that fast. Yeah, siege tanks. That's some amazing splits for Maru. That's absolutely sick stuff. It's like 1 shot for 1 Marine. Maru will take that any day of the week. Look at them chasing down these carriers. Look at the Marines and how good they are. Carriers killed count is too much. Is there enough? Can wait a second. The carrier count suddenly getting a little bit insane. Sea Chain's getting wiped out. And GG! Maru beats... No. Harstem beats Maru. My brain didn't even want to say that. My mouth didn't want to say that. He wins with the carrier against the Terran player Maru. The terrifying Terran player Maru. Resources lost, 26,000 to 19,000. 24 SCVs killed, only 4 probes go down, 3 carriers die, but 123 Marines, 23 Marauders, 9 tanks, 20 Vikings get killed in this game, and the income tab tells us the story. The last 5 minutes is all Maru. Even with mules, man. Even with mules. It never goes into the blue. Crazy talk. All right. That's game 2. We're tied up, man, in this best of 5 Sunday series. Let's go ahead and check out game number 3. Is Harstem going to be able to make carriers work against a Terran again? I doubt it, but hey, it's Harstem. He's on a bit of a roll here. Let's see game 3. Game number 3 here on Romanticide. Top left Harstem, bottom right Maru. We are tied 1-1, and this SCV is up to no good. Let's follow him very closely. Imagine that you're an SCV, right? Traveling across the field, and you look back and up and see a giant camera following you. Will that cause you to have an existential crisis? Maybe this is a reality TV show, thinks the SCV. Maybe my wife Barbara is not real. Maybe my children are not real. Not enough time to think about that stuff. Let's go ahead and create a barracks. A theory that I'm fond of is that Terran buildings are just automated to build themselves, and the SCV here is just making sure that nothing goes wrong. Because look, over on this side, oh, got scouted here by a probe, eh? There's like an arm independent of the SCV building. Look, there's another one. Oh man, if this completes, Maru. Nah, it's not going to complete. Too far away. Nope. Got scouted. Darn it. But Terran is a race where if your proxy gets scouted, you can still win, especially if it is Maru. I've seen Maru get a 3 racks build held off by Scarlet and still win the game. It was crazy. Maru's a great player, man. He is someone to behold for sure. Oh my gosh, he got it. Put another SCV up to make it happen, but it happened. It happened nevertheless. Okay. Well, Harstem went for a pretty normal 1-gate expand. Might have got a Cyber Core up for... Yeah, Cyber Core up first before the expansion based on that timing. But, has an Adept ready to go. So this Reaper is a proxy, but whatevs. Its name is The Pandemic. Seeing that his guns are pretty effective, this Reaper sneezes on enemy workers, hoping they will fall ill eventually. I like it. Factory coming up at home. Expansion for Maru. Aussi, moi aussi, à la française. And, well, sneezing, you know, it's a long-term strategy, right? Comes right down to it. Oh, trying to juke through there. Did not happen. So this Reaper's name is The Pandemic. Second Reaper's name, also The Pandemic, I guess. First one didn't get much done. Stargate coming up from Harstem, which... Man, I cannot remember the last time I cast a PvT where carriers won. Carriers even attempted. I can't remember the last time I saw that. Got a probe kill. Look at that sneezing. Effective sneezing for sure. And look, Harstem only made 1 adept. Harstem's like, I don't need to make another adept. Obviously. Oh, no, he has 2. Sneaky stuff, man. And you don't know it, but you're dead. He did know it, that he was dead. See, look, Maru got a probe kill. His proxy got scouted, and he accomplished things, and he's in a fine position to win this game. Starport, 3rd CC. Oh, it's actually a fast 3rd CC, man. That's a Zerg timing 3rd CC. And Cyclones, which again, beat pretty much everything that the Protoss can make out of gateways. Cyclones beat all of that. Tough scenario to be in if you're a Protoss. Let's just enjoy the silence, the peace of the calm before the storm. That's a concept from the sea, right? Sailors say that, calm before the storm. I believe that is something that sailors say. Not really a land expression, is it? Maybe it is. Because sailors care more about storms than landlubbers do, for sure. Homes are pretty generally safe against storms, but storms will wreck you if you're on the sea. Or can. Not a guarantee. Okay, so this is a Cyclone Viking play. Maru says, Harstem, I'm tired of your phoenixes causing me problems and grief. I'm just gonna go kill you with Cyclone Viking, maybe. Oh, I got juked. Oh, finally catches a Viking that's running away. I think it's the first time he's managed to do that. But Harstem, 3rd base in it, man. Just doing great. Immortals getting +1 air. And Colossus. This has been a really jank TVP, man. It has not been standard in any sense at all. And I blame Harstem for most of it. Of course, Maru has tried proxy 2 times today. Out of the 3 games, but still. What else is going on in the world today? I'm still working from home. Hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy and have employment if you want it. A lot of people looking forward to Christmas. Obviously a more subdued Christmas than normal, but still. A time for joy. I actually get 2 weeks off for Christmas, which is just a total joy. Definitely looking forward to that. Worked hard on a release of one of my products for the software that I test, and it's going out on time and will allow us to have this Christmas vacation that we've been looking forward to. I don't know. Some perks of working at the same place for 8 years. That would be the one. And my 8th year is actually coming. It already happened based on when this is posting. Crazy. 8-year anniversary. Same company. By far the longest I've ever worked anywhere. I did work for the same company all through college, basically. Basically doing an 8-hour schedule doing tech support for a company through all of my college years. So that's 4, but doubling that, man. Doubling that indeed. Alright, Maru, again, just has a big scary Terran army, which the Adept Scouts. Hellions today. I haven't seen Hellions yet. It's going to be Hellbats. Structures tab says there's an armory. They could be. Also getting drilling claws, widow mines. Army supply even at this stage, but look at Harstem's greed, man. 4th base, rockin'. Man, I don't know. I don't know if Harstem can win this game, friends. I'm looking at it, trying to feel it, but Maru is just on the war path right now. Disruptor gets a Cyclone, popping debris into the air as it does. Harstem, are you making carriers again? Did you get me talking about other stuff and you start making carriers because I thought we were safe? Yes, absolutely. Are carriers the new meta in PvT? Oh, free Stalker. Widowmine, good unit, man. Perma-cloaked, thanks to the Drilling Claws upgrade, which is done. Maru's race car meching this game. Okay, he's got siege tanks in the mix, but production tab says race car mech. It's Hellions and it is Cyclones. Hellions to deal with Zealots. Cyclones to deal with virtually everything else under the sun. Disruptors, not really countered by much of this. Kind of the Cyclone. I mean, the split there, Maru's splits are world-class. Some of the best you're ever going to see in StarCraft. I don't know why Harstem doesn't believe in charge. The fact that he's been using slow Zealots in this series so far kind of pains me. But, I mean, he's 1-1, so, like, how much can I really criticize this guy? I don't know that I can. Maru's got his 4th base rolling. The pressure on Harstem's 4th base is kind of intense at the moment. Disruptor shot, you know, gets a missile turret, but it's already being repaired by an SCV. That's a terrible place to be. Income, again, favoring Harstem. He's just got the base count. He's got the worker count. Harstem believes in the heart of the carriers, man. He's making disruptors too. It's not just carriers, but it's 3 at a time. Interceptors not having a great time here against the turrets and the Vikings. Even the Cyclone attacks. What a strange, strange PvT series this is. I'm having a good time with it, though. Oh, the interceptor count. You want to guess what it is? It's 22. He's lost 14 interceptors, basically half. He's expanding down the left side as well. While this is happening, he's really holding off Maru as well as can be expected here, but I was going to say the tank count is too big, but guess what? Carriers don't care about your tanks, man. You can have all the tanks you want. Oh, looks like there was some lag we missed out on. That's fine. Resources lost here, 4,700 to 4,900, pretty even. What an absolutely unique series this has been. I don't know how else to explain it. Hellions coming on in, but I don't know. With cannons and shield battery support here, it's a lot of burst damage, I guess, is the whole idea. So the Hellions are YOLO Hellions, that's for sure, but they got 11 probe kills, 13 probe kills. We get another one. No! 13 probe kills is all you're going to get. The disruptors are just not finding their targets. I feel like Maru maybe has this game in the bag. He just killed 13 probes. Maru has a worker lead at the moment. He's got the mules, which is super nice. He's building additional command centers, which is hot. Income, look at this. Hugely favoring Maru after that attack. Exactly what you want to see. How many more interceptors have died? 41 have died. Jeez. I'm going to do super zoom for this, man. Everything's attacking. There's no close distance murders here. Everything is long distance at the moment. The Viking count is a little bit scary for these carriers, but I don't know. Shield batteries are nice, even if they are very all drained of energy at the moment. Look at this turret positioning. That's so cheeky from Maru. Just more of the same, man. That production tab for both of the players is the same stuff. Carriers, disruptors, versus Vikings, Cyclones, Widowmines. Again, the Widowmines getting huge hits on interceptors is nice. Although it seems like none of these guys have particularly done so. Yeah, and they can just burn down disruptors so very, very well. Hellions sneaking on into this 5th base, getting some more probe kills and getting massacred at the same time. Disruptor's just not getting hits. Maru's splitting is too good. Wow, he got the Nexus. That's a crazy, crazy thing. Gets the Nexus. Maru on the other side. Again, it's what I told you, man. It's Cyclones and it's Vikings. out of many, many factories. Harstem, I think, is forcing Maru into this weird meching strategy. I mean, Maru has been known to kind of try to make mech work against Protoss more than anybody else. And succeed at it more than anybody else. It's just, I think Harstem's forcing it out. Oh my gosh, look at that. Forcing another cancel. Yeah, maybe expand up here. Anti-armor missile! Catches everything Protoss here, man. I don't know how that Colossus didn't catch the anti-armor missile. That's bananas. Cyclone's taking damn hits. This has like been the longest just stalemate situation I maybe have ever cast in a StarCraft game. Anti-armor missile catching some of the carriers there. It's fine. Maru has enough army that he can kind of sneak up this way and get something done. But guess what? Harstem's pushing. Harstem's going for it. He does wipe out this little entrenched position. Does he not have any observers? Why is he not? Yeah, he's not killing these Widow Mines, that's for sure. Oh, they do get the Nexus while all that craziness is happening. But it's 189 to 154 total supply. Finally gets detection up. Widow Mines getting big time hits. 143 interceptors have died. There are 53 interceptors on the field right now for Harstem. He's making 5 at a time for his carriers. But yeah, Maru's got this right side base here too. It's just not. Income is favoring the Terran. These Cyclones doing pretty well, honestly, against both the Disruptors and the Carriers. Not a bad unit, the Cyclone. Hey, actually connected once there. Purification Nova catching a single Cyclone. Dude, Harstem just sort of going for it. I don't know how I feel about this, Harstem. I like you, but seems like maybe attacking into an entrenched Terran position with this particular army is not going to work out for you all that well. Army value 111 to 81. I don't know, like some of these carriers, 13 kills or so. Is he not? The Vikings, I feel like, should be able to engage here. Nope. All right, so Harstem gets a base. He's okay. He needed that. He needed some kind of a victory in this game because he's lost a lot of Nexuses. By that I mean 2. But still, does he get a carrier? No. Shield battery overcharged. Too good. 2 bases for Harstem. What? Dude, Harstem's been knocked down to 3 bases all of a sudden. Harstem getting some work done here. Where were the Vikings that whole time? Where were they? You needed them to defend those 2 bases, man. Okay, this is bad. Look at that. Look at that swing in income. Hugely favoring Harstem at the moment. But army supply is, okay, favoring Harstem as well. He's expanding here, too. SCV's kind of getting massacred. Trying to recall those Disruptors out. Does manage to get some of them back home. But yeah, where your army's largely Disruptors, Widow Mines taking out Disruptors. That's a new thing for sure. Maru is just now replacing his 4th base, and his 5th base also getting replanted. But I think he had to float those, yeah, from his natural and from his main. He doesn't have much of a bank here, and Harstem totally does. Dude, has Harstem just changed the whole meta from PvT? Are we just going to do Harstem things now? If you can beat Maru in a PvT or 2 with carriers and Disruptors, maybe everyone should consider doing this. Is Harstem shifting the meta for PvT in a way that we've never seen it shifted before? Maybe. Perhaps he is. Yeah, that. Oh, there's enough Vikings to one. Okay. There were enough Vikings to 1 poly down carriers, and then I think a couple Vikings died and brought that number below the threshold. But 4 carriers at a time here from Harstem. I can't even. It's just, I think it's too much economy. I mean, okay, Maru's got the mules. He's got these 2 bases back and rolling. Great victory, I would say. Look at the Cyclones burning down a Nexus, though. Bam, got it. And from that range, too, like, for the distance you're from a building and how fast you can kill it, Cyclones have got to be high on that list, right? Of units that can pull that off. Harstem up, 107. Oh, okay. Well, the Vikings have something to say about that. He's down in army supply now after these carriers keep dying to these Vikings, which, again, how many Vikings do we have? 18. 18 Vikings is a lot of Vikings. Resources lost at this point. 29,000 to 31,000. Maru has lost more. Maru trying to get some tanks on the low ground to break some of the static defense here so the Vikings are more effective. Man, is Maru going to lose his 4th and 5th bases and somehow win this game anyway? It kind of feels that way to me. Yeah, alright. So Nexus down. The 4th Nexus killed. 4th Nexus killed here today. 3 orbitals have died, so that's pretty good. Oh, and forcing it canceled at 12 o'clock here, too, for Harstem. I think Maru might just be starting to pick apart the Dutch player at the moment. It's really a problem. Expanding down here would be pretty nice. Maru really up in the northern section of the map right now. Cyclone's taking down another Nexus. That's a cancel, but it's still a dead Nexus. Harstem wanted that base, and now it's gone. He's kaput. Yeah, Maru, it just might be too much Maru here now. It's very scary. 65 workers, army supply looking great at 117. Blue Flame Hellions and Cyclones, and if they focus down this Nexus, maybe they can get it. Lifting the Cyclones and then having to drop them as the Vikings arrive, because of course they did. A little bit sloppy there for Maru, did end up losing one of those things. One of those Cyclones. The Stalkers going on a bit of a rampage. Wait, what are they doing? They're forcing some of Maru's army home, but that Nexus is dead again. Yeah, this is not looking good for Harstem. He was up, but he's swinging down here now. 12 o'clock base from Harstem getting replanted. Never did go for this bottom left, though. I think it's just a little bit too exposed. Man, look at this timing. Maru sniffing out this base, and when there's going to be probes here. Hellbat transformation. Transformation servos is done. And another forced cancel. I know that doesn't show up on the units lost tab, but that's a units lost scenario for sure. Phoenix, again, desperately forced into lifting off Cyclones to kill them. Siege tank gets wiped out after getting 6 kills. 23 probes have died. Okay, I think this might be GG. We are, dying in several different places at once here. Just basic attack from Cyclones is going to kill this Nexus. Even with the shield battery overcharge healing that Nexus, it does go down. 39 probes killed. Maru! I think Maru's got it. 185 to 136 supply. What a fantastic game 3 this was, though. Mothership out for Harstem. He's got his carrier, boys. He's not down in army supply all that much. He's way down in worker supply, yes. But that Viking count, though. Oracle, whoosh. Revelation, dead. I mean, if Harstem has a chance to win this game, he needs to kill at least 2 bases during this rampage. During this counterattack of doom. Maru sneaking some Hellions down at the bottom left to kill even more probes. Vikings finding an angle. Trying to pick off individual carriers here. Again, one volleying those guys down. Okay, well, 58 probes down is not good. Okay, so that's 1 base killed. Excellent, excellent. You could probably head up this way and wipe this one out, too. Heading deeper into Maru territory seems like a pretty unwise decision, if I had to say. Sky Toss against Terran. It's been a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Maru doesn't have much of a bank, really. Spending a lot of that repairing that command center, which is important to him. Harstem knows about this. No, he doesn't know about it. I made an assumption he did. He doesn't have free scan scouting like Terran does, so it's fair enough, I suppose. Dude, a storm right here. Dude, storming Vikings would be so good. He's holding off, though. Waiting for the Vikings to get in close here maybe before he storms them, because again, Vikings are very flimsy, very vulnerable to that psionic storm. Okay, look, these Hellions just doing 7-kill Hellion, man, just doing good Maru things. Oh my gosh. Harstem down to 12 workers today, not rebuilding them at all. Happily sitting on his 1,000 mineral 80 gas bank. The problem with this strategy is the longer the game goes on, the more you need to replace your interceptors, and you don't have the minerals for that. That's why carriers, as a late game unit in a base trade style situation, a long drawn out late game, are not actually good. They're costing way too much in resources to keep them floating. I think this base staying alive where Harstem didn't even know about it is massive. If he just snuck up this way and killed this base, I think Maru would be in a much more tenuous position than he is. Look at this income tab. Actually, surprisingly even. But, I guess this is sort of happening. Hey, guess who found this base? Just for the first time today. Finds this base and is going to try to kill it. Maru trying to engage, getting zoned out by the disruptor shots a little bit. It's another orbital down. This has been an absolutely stupidly epic game 3. I think I've called it both ways several times now. And I guess who's getting more probe kills? Hellions are. That's who. Guess who has 3 probes? Harstem does. Harstem has 4 probes at 25 minutes. He can't. He cannot win this game. But look at this. Maru's barely sort of mining off of this base. I don't know what this game is. I could tell why this series was recommended, though. This has been very tight all of a sudden. Maru's down to 16 SCVs himself right now. He's barely sort of mining off of his 4th base. Harstem's got a healthier base at the 12 o'clock to roll with. I don't think those High Templar have stormed anything yet. Harstem, like, snatching a victory here from the jaws of defeat would be one of the greatest moments of 2020. The Viking count is too high. Every interceptor you kill is so good for you right now, Maru. And I think he knows that. He's like, look, if you want to get close enough that I can snipe you, great, do that. Actually, hold on. You kind of have to engage now, because if you lose that, okay. Lost the CC, Revelation tossed down. Vikings trying to bait as much as they can and focus down everything in the sky here. Oh, they can just one volley down carriers, yeah? Oh, bit of a miss micro there, I think. Dude, the missile turrets on the ground doing a ton of damage. That was Maru's final command center. And Harstem pulls out the win. What? I don't even... When's the last time a European Protoss was up 2-1 on Maru? I want to say it was like eons ago. Oh, Harstem, you beast of a man. How many? I want to see how many bases were killed today. 6 command centers. Sorry, 6 orbitals, 2 command centers. 7 Nexuses killed. I want to say at least 4 or 5 of those canceled. Exactly. Look at this. 52,010 resources lost. 52,090 resources lost. That is as close as you're ever going to get in a resources lost game in StarCraft 2. 21 carriers died. There were 6 at the end of the game. 59 cyclones went down. 97 SCVs and 127 probes. I gotta see the kill counts on these carriers that are alive at the end of the game. 13 kills, 9 kills, 21 kills, 14 kills, 8 kills. Wow. Speechless. Okay, obviously not speechless. But like, dang, son. Maru did not have... he didn't have enough to rebuild. Wow. Again, back to the original point. The last time a European Protoss was up 2-1 on Maru. I don't know that it's it's happened in recent memory. I need to look that up. Somebody look that up. Put it in the comments. I'll pin it. All right, man. Harstem fans, get on your feet. He's 1 game away from winning this best of 5 against Maru, which would just be one heck of an upset for sure. So let's go and move game number 4. Can it live up to the hype of game number 3? Probably not, but hey, stick with it anyway. Oxide, the ladder edition for game number 4. Bottom left, it is Maru. Top right, it is the Protoss Harstem. Again, clicking on this does not have a ring around it. If you didn't see my Brave New World cast where I clicked on the Protoss Nexus at the beginning of the match and there was a ring around it, you don't know what I'm talking about, but now that you do, it's weird, right? Anyway. Dun, 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 dun. What are we doing today, lads? Anything crazy in game 4, lads? The answer is no. There's a barracks at home. Very normal stuff indeed. Harstem? That's a gateway. Wow. Oh, that game did not go how I expected it to in like 8 different ways, man. That was awesome. Harstem. Up 2-1 on this guy? It is a Reaper. It is an expansion for Harstem. It's like both players actually going 1 Rax expand and 1 Gate expand for the first time today, which is weird in and of itself. See, look, how this SCV is just like not doing stuff. I don't think. Just watching. I mean, sure, he's drilling things, but he can't do anything with the left hand because he's got minerals in there. So obviously SCVs do nothing with their left hand. Although, can you imagine that the left hand was important for building, and if you used an SCV that had minerals in its hand, it was 50% as fast at building as one that had both hands free? That'd be so dumb. Reaper's name is Widowmine. Just simply Widowmine. That's it. Nothing special about that. Chrono boosting out an adept because you want an adept. Approximately now, if you're a Protoss player. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew. Ah, the adept. Run! Cheese it, it's the feds. Oh man, that reminds me. So Without a Trace I was watching. I used to have a blog back in the day. It was fun to write when people were doing blogs, mid-2000s, right? 3rd CC real fast, sub 3 minutes by the way. But I ranted about the show Without a Trace, which I generally liked. I thought it was a good show. It's about like missing kids and stuff, missing persons. You probably know what I'm talking about if you're old enough. But there's a scene where they're interviewing this suspect for a kidnapping, right? For a disappearance. And they're interviewing him like on the 37th floor of this federal FBI building, right? So it's very secure. And then somehow he escapes. I don't know if he wants to use the bathroom or what, but he escapes. And then he makes it somehow down 37 flights of stairs and escapes out the front door and into the wind, and nobody sees him. It's like, One of the dumber pieces of writing I've seen on TV, and it's really stuck with me over these years. It's like, look, there's no way, somebody on the 37th floor of an FBI building that is reported escaped makes it out the front door of said building unseen. It's just not possible. Anyway, this made me laugh. Why did that even come up? Because the Reaper was trying to escape? Is that what it is? Maybe. Maybe that's what it was. It's 12:30 in the morning. Brain not functioning as well as it should, probably. That is just fine. Just fine. Did I tell you to hit the subscribe button here yet? New SC2 channel for StarCraft 2 stuff. 5 times a week. I've been casting since 2015. And you're like, but your channel was only created in 2020, Falcon. Yes. Because my original channel, Falcon Paladin, was StarCraft 2 dedicated. And then I started kind of slowly inserting Brood War stuff into the channel, and it took over, and most of my subscribers are Brood War fans. Go figure, huh? So, yeah, there are 2 channels now. And StarCraft 2 got the second channel because Brood War won. Alright, so let's talk about the StarCraft. Robotics Bay coming in from Harstem. A lot of Marines on the field from Maru. Colossus would be absolutely worth its weight in metric tons of gold here. If you got one started, like now would be good because these Marines are moving. They don't even have medevac support. They have nothing. Dude, is this... Wow, I love this timing from Maru. He's going to get the 3rd CC. Oh my... Cancel it. Cancel. Oh my gosh. Alright, trying to save it, but this Marine DPS with Stim is crazy town. Oh, actually, Zealot's absorbing a lot. And Harstem does hold it off. Dang, that was close. I feel like there's a lot of damage done, but I think all of it shields. So whatevs, it's cool. Harstem can absorb that damage and get it back, no problem at all. It is Colossus. It is Extended Thermal Lance from Harstem in response to this Marine play. More standard play here from Maru today. He's going Marines, Marauders, Combat Shield, Concussive Shell, all that great stuff. This is where Colossus are handy. This is where Storm is really good. And Harstem not doing... Oh, he's got 4 Phoenix. He's got 5 Phoenix. So he's generally doing the same thing he's done. It's just Maru's decided Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs are the way to go, son. Let's keep this thing rolling, huh? Yeah, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous attack for Harstem. Phoenix picking off stragglers here on this side of the map. God, that Marauder lives with 5 HP. He's got a story to tell his buddies at the bar after this battle. Phoenix flew in, lifted me up, shot me in the face with its lasers, its friends did. I almost died. 5 hit points left. But I made it. Because I'm too tough for those Protoss. I think that's exactly how the story will go. Yeah, so this is the most standard of the games here today in Game 4, go figure. Bit of an engagement here. Colossus getting some nice hits off. There are no Vikings. So stutter stepping is the best defense you have against that splash damage, unfortunately. Oh, baited into those Widow Mines, though. Getting some damage off. Didn't actually kill anything, though? No. Go figure. Dude, Maru's ahead on base count this game. Getting his 4th base up here on Oxide. When Harstem doesn't even have a 4th base under construction right now. And maybe the roles are reversed. Maybe Harstem's going to be the one going for the 3-base attack, delaying his 4th base to make it happen. And Maru's going to be the one to try to get 4 bases up real fast and maybe not be quite as ready for an attack as he should be. It's pretty intense here. Colossus getting some free swipes. Oh, force field trying to keep them SCVs out. Yeah, Widowmine drop. Widowmine drop on the other side of the map, though. Colossus burning stuff down. The Marauder count is just so high. The reason you want Marauders here is they do a lot of damage versus Colossus, and they don't take much damage from Colossus. It's a good situation for the Marauders to be in. Widowmine catching a group of Phoenix there. Widowmine's getting picked out of the ground. Did this Widowmine go off again? Dude, it did. Harstem! You were just killing somebody on your channel for allowing Widowmines to go off multiple times in their mineral line. Maybe he feels like he's got this. He is doing all right. He is up in army supply, or maybe not. Nice Widowmine hit. Are we seriously? Oh my gosh, Harstem! That's 12 kills on that Widowmine, friend. I'm not kidding. He literally went off on somebody who sent a replay and that had this happen to them. Oh boy. The concave, the surround. Goodbye, everything that Harstem has. That's a pretty precipitous drop, and Maru gets the win in game 4. Gonna force a game number 5. That was, I think Harstem felt like he was gonna win with that push. And then I don't think he knew about this. He did just now. But I think that was a new scout, and he didn't really want to put any resources into handling these Widowmines. So he took the hits. Okay, God, let's watch this. Okay, so it's even right now and resources lost. Watch this. Yeah. We end at 7,800 lost to 6,300 lost. Okay, that was a weird game. Harstem definitely playing, I think, worse. Does Maru just win in a standard match? If Maru just goes Marine, Marauder, macros his face off, gets 4 bases up fast, I think he just wins every time versus Harstem. If he goes for weird stuff like Cyclones, it doesn't go as well for him. I don't know. I don't know what this tells us about anything. 19 probes killed, and 12 of them on that one Widowmine. Dude, Harstem, buddy. Ugh. All right, we got a game 5. Excellent. I love game 5s on Sunday series. Are you psyched, Fifi? Let's do this. Game 5 coming up next. Game 5 on Dethara, or Dethora, if you're Tastosis. Bottom right, Harstem. Top left, it is Maru. No, phone. I was not talking to you about Tastosis, but thank you for bringing up information about Tastosis. Phone, you are weird sometimes. All right, man. How's this gonna go? Harstem. I mean, honestly, maybe the 2 biggest wins of Harstem's career, or maybe the last year or so, last 2 years. Getting 2 wins off of Maru with carriers of all things. Maru, on the other hand, not proxying. Again, in game 5s and rubber matches, we don't necessarily see a lot of risks taken. It's just, it feels bad to lose to something because you proxied and failed. Rather than you went to a long-drawn macro game and you lost at 15 minutes against some stuff but got some hits in. You know, you can talk yourself into a better situation. A moral victory in a macro game better than in a short game, yes? Yes, I would think so. Cybercore before expand here from Harstem. Probe scouting, nothing too crazy here. Maru probably gonna go for the 1-Rax Expandaroonie based on that mineral count there, and it is. So Reaper name is Abridged Alucard. After spending so many years hunting down vampires and werewolves on Earth, Alucard took his huge pistols and created a portal into Dominion space. Now he likes to dance with Zerg queens and Zerglings every day, slaughtering drones with his pistols, and then constantly dying in a horrible manner, and then reincarnating in different places on Dominion space in Reaper suits, because it's so much fun, and also because he can drink as much Zerg blood as he wants, or Protoss blood, I guess. Ah, okay, Proxy Stargate again. He's like, we need to get back to where we started. It was Proxy Stargate shenanigans. I mean, he didn't win that game, But, I don't know. Getting back there is just fine. Alucard, of course, being Dracula backwards. People, you know. I actually don't know. Is Alucard a video game only thing? I know the Castlevania stories have some Alucard stuff in them. Is that like a pseudonym of Dracula in the books? That I don't know. Not that educated on Dracula books. Oh, here we go. So scout it out. Oh! Okay, got it. Man, he didn't scout that out just for a second, then juked back on in there. So here we go. Void Ray coming in. Bunker at the front for Maru. Really trying to get into a Cyclone, which is super good here against this Void Ray. And let the shenanigans begin. Ah, this has been such a fun series in a lot of ways here. Golly, Harstem. Yeah. Double gas, one base. No more probes for you. We are literally only making... probe dies. That's humongous. Killing that probe, brutal. Okay, can't make shield batteries anymore, so the Void Ray is not as good. Void Ray showing up, trying to take down a supply depot with prismatic alignment and adept support. And you know what? You might just... oh, man, getting it and for the adept to get inside the house would be bad. That's why Maru is willing to sacrifice a couple of his workers to keep this thing alive. Oh my gosh. Oh, he saved it. Maru! He always knows exactly how much time he needs to save things. Harstem is expanding. Reaper shows up again. Shield battery exists. No cannon this time, though. So the probes have to try to kill this guy on their own, which totally sucks. Maru's losing his natural to double Void Rays for double the fun. But then the Cyclone shows up and bad things happen. I cannot believe he's saving that supply depot. Wait! I spoke too soon! It is down! So now the Adepts can shade in, which is incredibly annoying. Maru is supply blocked. Also incredibly annoying. Dude, the Reaper is so bad at damage that it cannot get through the healing done by a shield battery. That's how bad it is. Also, the micro's not great there. Guess we're worried about this stuff on the other side. Harstem doing some good things. One base to one base is pretty good. Adept wanders in, gets immediately burned down by the bunker for the most part. Viking dies too. No way. Does Harstem win? No. He's up 45 to... wait. 40 total supply. Dude, the lack of shield batteries here changes the entire game. If Harstem had shield batteries here, I think he wins this thing at this point, but he doesn't. He doesn't have the shield batteries, so his units are not as good. He just killed that Reaper, so I think sending a probe out to get some shield batteries up would not be bad. But it kind of feels like he's just sliding into a more standard match. I don't know what the Phoenix are for. I guess maybe for lifting that guy, or this guy. Is it Probe Scout Samuel? If you watch the latest cheese compilation, Probe Scout Samuel sent in some cheese where he did what he does, which against Terran, which is proxy shield battery cannon Void Ray into Tempest. It is surprisingly hard to deal with at his level, but I've never seen it attempted or executed at the pro level, so I can't imagine it's very viable. Again, shield batteries would be... Harstem, he just doesn't care. He's like, I'm going to get what damage I can with this. I've delayed Maru's expansion pretty heavily, honestly. And my expansion is happily running to the point that my income is, you know, double that of what Maru's is at the moment. And we're settling into a more standard match here. So again, Harstem not fully committing to this. Losing that probe was huge. Shield batteries changed the whole game, but he's fallen back and he's doing all right economically. He's on 2 bases. Maru's on 2 bases right now. He's got mules, but the higher worker count, or actually the income rather, favoring Harstem here, just with better saturation. Robotics Bay on the way. Probably going to see Morodem Colossus. Immortals on the way now, though, at the moment. Marine count heavy enough that I'm not sure that Immortals are where you want to go with this. And again, Maru's back into the weird stuff. The Vikings and the Cyclones, in addition to the Marines. He is getting stim, so he's committing somewhat to bio here. And all's quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, it's double NG Babe, so we are going to see bio. Again, weird stuff now, but Marine Marauder as the follow-up. Which again, Maru looked really good playing with in game number 4. Third base on the way from Harstem. I guess while we do have a quiet moment, quick plug for Patreon, patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. You can hit me up there to support the channel directly if you're interested. You can also join the channel. There is a link below each video, depending on what country you're in, to join, to become a member for 3 different price points. I think the lowest one is maybe $1.99 per month. For Patreon, it's as little as $1 a month. It gives you access to casts, weekly casts, before the rest of YouTube gets to see them. A whole month before they get to see them. So, some good stuff, man. Got innovation games. You got Scarlet stuff out there. Stuff that's been on Patreon for a couple weeks that the channel has not seen. So check it out. Patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. And clicking that join button too if you are interested. Barracks. 1-1 coming in here from Maru. Third CC on the way. And Maru's just recovered from this admirably. Because again, it's Maru! He's insane. He is an insanely good StarCraft player. Harstem's third base is coming in, as is tradition, as was prophesied. Phoenix count. Nice. Concussive shells finishing up at the same time that extended thermal lances, which is a little bit interesting. See you guys. Maru sneaking in with his little weird hybrid strategy. Void Ray dies to it instantly. Phoenix are not really in the picture, and they need to be to keep this alive. Yeah, Marine Cyclone Raven. This Marine did not expect to live. He was like, I was told to run across here as fast as I can, and I thought I would die for scouting purposes, but instead, I guess I'll check to see if there's a 4th base down here. That's strange. Didn't expect that one at all. Phoenix getting caught out and shot at. I'm not sure any of them died in that engagement. Nice reaction time from Harstem. But yeah, third base here with turret protection. Thar is a pretty good map for macro games. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the macro games I've cast have been on this map. It's just easily defended 3 bases, which is nice. Ramps leading up to all 3 of your bases is something that not a lot of maps have. I think that encourages this. Ghost Academy on the way from Maru. Archon's on the way for the first time today from Harstem. Zealot scouting the army presence, and Maru immediately turns around. This Marine who thought he would be dead ends up getting a probe kill. Hey, man. Nicely done. I guess it shoot at the shield at point blank range. One of my favorite animations in StarCraft 2 is shields getting shot. Look how cool this is. Hope it's gone now. Fare thee well, Marine. You got to live an extra minute or so beyond your expiration date. That's nice. Maru taking a 4th base at the 12 o'clock. Phoenix trying to get some stuff done, but auto turrets tossed down by the Raven. Of course, he has like no energy left, but hey. Ghost coming in for that enhanced shockwave EMP stuff, although that's not done yet. I'm sure we'll see that upgrade. You don't forget it, man. It makes Ghost really viable against Protoss. How many shots it takes from a Cyclone to kill a Zealot? It's many, many shots, but even if the Zealots have speed, they cannot run away from their destiny. Alright, a little Phoenix assassination there. 6 SCVs do go down. Maru still has a worker lead. Income about even at the moment, which is pretty much all that Harstem can really ask for. So Disruptor and Archon this time. Extra splash damage. Not sure what that pylon placement is for, but maybe for scouting purposes, kind of like this one is. That would make sense. Man, he's got pylons and zealots and scouting hiding places all over the place, man. Jeez. Hey, look, this zealot did his job. It allows Harstem to get the time up to try to save this base, and Maru just sets up tanks on the high ground. Says, why don't you come on over here? Nice EMP on the Disruptors. I might have caught a bit of an Archon there, too. Disruptor. Oh, the tanks are sieging. Get them. Oh, or just take tank shots to the face. That's fine, too. A Marauder goes down. Back on the other side, Zealot run by, getting 15 SCV kills. Oh, boy. 16 SCV kills is pretty good, Harstem. Holy crap. That was massive. Harstem now has the worker lead, but Maru has the really scary posturing army right now. And he did get the base. But 19 SCVs have been killed. Jeez. Phoenix is going to wander in, get more SCV kills, or at least one for the cost of a single Phoenix. Okay, so we're 4-basing Maru now versus a 3-basing Harstem. Sniping this base was big. And one behind, Dark Shrine. What he says. Kind of catching Maru out of position here just a little bit, lifting the tanks. Interference Matrix getting tossed down on one of these Colossus. The ground unit's getting mowed down. Oh, Medevac's getting killed here too. You gotta get on top of those tanks. Vikings doing some good damage to these Phoenix, but Maru with the reinforcements coming in on 4 bases. He's macroing hard. Oh, Disruptor's trying to save the day, but the splits and just the damage done is just not enough. Maru decides not to pursue it, decides to pull back a little bit, just expand again. Yeah, that battle was a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. There's been a couple times here I thought Harstem had Maru's armies crushed, and no. Did not happen. 14,000 resources lost for Harstem, 12,000 for Maru here at 14 minutes. Harstem's got his 4th base back just now, happily mining. Army supply is 74 to 57, though. Maru just has the army value. He's got a new Medivacs to heal up his dudes somewhat. That's a lot of healing that needs to be done, but hey, it works out. Just stimming on in. Oh, the split. Nothing dies. 2 Marines die. This is why I'm not a huge fan of Disruptors, as Terrans have been splitting. Okay, that was a good hit. Since time immemorial in StarCraft. Pylon gets sniped. Stalker standing against Marauders is not good. Maru's army. Oh, stimming forward to catch the Disruptors here. Suddenly, GG Maru takes game 5, takes the series 3 games to 2. Wow, let's see. He won game 1 and 4 and 5. So Harstem had a little 2-game run there in the middle, but not enough at the end of the day to take down Maru. Yeah, this army is not much, right? Like this little army he has at the front. It's friggin' 5 Marauders, and okay, 6 Marauders. 6 Marauders is pretty good. And 2 Marines, dude. That's all this is. There's a DT down here, but it doesn't matter. Harstem's army is 3 Disruptors, 2 Stalkers, and a DT. And I guess some Zealots that are coming in. I don't know. I mean, it's... The bigger problem is his base count. It's just... This is happening for Maru. It's too much. His production is through... There's 12 Marauders at a time, you guys. That's so many Marauders. Wait, hold on. Just kidding. 1 Marauder at a time, 5 Marines at a time, and 3 Ghosts at a time. It's a little bit of a premature GG, but I think in the long term, Maru definitely had that series and that game. So, fantastic. 19,000 resources lost for Harstem, 15,000 for Maru. How many Medivacs got killed? Only 2. Not bad. 3 Colossus and entire Nexus. 31 SCVs. That was big. 31 SCVs killed, but Maru was back up to 78 by the end of the day. So when you have that many orbitals, that much SCV production, you're going to be fine. Wow, that's impressive. The Raven did some good stuff there too with the auto turrets and with the interference matrix. And Maru just knows all the tricks, man. If you're going to beat him in a best of 5, you better hope he kind of messes up a few times, and he just didn't today. Excellent. Excelente. All right, cool. Well, that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Sunday series. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.